How you doing? Ladies, gents, girls with lace fronts, dudes with kids. It's the one and only, you can't call me queen, baby. And before we get into this video, make sure you go down below to subscribe and join the queendom. And if you're already a part of this palace, hey y'all, hey. So as you already read the title down below, we're going to be getting into Wendy Williams' biopic or movie, whatever you would like to call it. How you doing? Right now. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Many know that Wendy Williams' biopic was coming out, and if you didn't know, you see her on a press run with many other media outlets dishing dirt on herself that many of us didn't know and probably didn't care about either. But I mean, if you are Wendy Williams, you can't just dish dirt out on others. You also have to dish dirt on yourself. Not all of it, but just enough to keep us entertained and talking. And that's exactly what she was doing. Well, now that her lifetime story is out, we can talk about it, and baby, it is teed up. And granted, most of the things that was in the movie was already known information, like her doing crack, dating certain people, and of course, talking crazy to people, mainly celebs. But the one thing Wendy never really hit on was her relationship, well, marriage, with Kevin Hunter, her ex-husband. And I think that is mainly what the movie was about, dragging him through the mud and exposing him and the hurt that he took her through, while also showing us, yeah, I was a bad bitch. First, let me just say that they nailed the casting. Ciara Payton embodied Wendy Williams so well, it made watching a movie so easy because the person playing the person is big, and sometimes these talent casters misses the mark, but they hit a home run this time. Even the way that Ciara sounded like Wendy Williams was executed great. A+ for even that. Now that that is out of the way, let's back up a little and dive into what Wendy showed us before giving attention to her ex-husband. The moments in this movie that stood out to me was one, her hustle. If Wendy don't get remembered for nothing, she should definitely get remembered for the hustle she had to become successful. Point blank, period. Whether she knew if she was great or not, she never stopped. And yes, we always hear success stories of people not sleeping and going places without money and grinding nonstop. But hearing, seeing, and experiencing it all with her through the movie was definitely an adventure, because people like to talk about Wendy so bad, but clearly the lady is a trendsetter. What people see as problematic with Wendy is praised upon now. And honestly, it was back then too, with her audience, just not with the celebrity people she was talking about. But let's be real, magazines and tabloids were doing what Wendy was doing way before she got on radio doing it. People were just mad she was bold enough to say it to their face, and if she was wrong, she would always ask them up front. So it was up to them to react however they reacted when she asked them. But anyways, I just had to acknowledge how badass of a go-getter she was, and although she got fired many times, she let us know up front she never went 2 weeks without work. So that means she never stopped looking for the next opportunity, and that was beyond motivating, at least to me it was. Another moment that stood out was the many miscarriages she endured. And Black women tell the world this all the time, how hospitals, doctors, and primary care people, I almost said persons, but people usually don't care for us until it's too late, us Black women. The lady literally went through 3 miscarriages after seeing 3 to 4 doctors, all telling her different things that clearly was incorrect. And all she had to do was be on bed rest during her pregnancy. Do you know how wild and heartbreaking that is? It's crazy. As a doctor, you have one job: to look after and take care of your patient and to make sure they are healthy and stable. But you fail that because I am a Black woman and you don't think or feel like you need to go the extra mile to make sure I am all right, and you have did every test possible to make sure I'm good. Just a mess, and ugh. But that's a story for another day. Those are just a few standouts from the film that I really enjoyed, because honestly, everything else was whatever type of scenes, because it was everything in this film was moving so fast, but most biopics usually do, especially if a person have a lot to say. And that is why I think this should have been at least a 3-episode series and not a 2-hour movie, because I just think there was so much more we could have got of Wendy Williams' life. But I think the situation with her husband was so prominent that they decided that that is where most of the time is going to go and be spent at, which is understandable because Wendy may have felt like that situation is what tore her down and she is still hurting from it now. So going into this situation with her and Kevin is honestly quite aggravating to me because I think now that Wendy is over him, she is feeling like she never needed him. But my issue is I wish she would have been noticed that from the beginning before she took it this far with Kevin. In the movie, Wendy character makes a point of how Kevin was the protection that she needed, and anytime she felt threatened in a situation, he was always there. And granted, yes, we look for protection in men because that's what we do as women. Like, men should want to be the protector. But in Wendy's case, at least in my opinion, she liked Kevin, and she also seen him as a bodyguard figure for her, and she mixed the two and began to fall in love with him, which was where she fell short. And that led her to letting him manage her because she knew he would want the best for her and once again protect her. Which yes, he did just that, but everything he did for her was also for his gain. So yes, looking at him, she is probably thinking this man loved me because he is making sure I'm straight, but I'm pretty sure he was thinking, let me get her straight so I could be straight and everything all good. And the reason why I believe that is the type of thinking he had going on in his mind or in his head is because of the way he handled the situation with his mistress. Beyond the mistress, he just handled a lot of situations with Wendy terribly for him to manage and be her husband. It was just a mess. This man was so bold with that girl and so open with the situation that it was just downright dirty. And Wendy, being Wendy and focused on her career as she should have been, was too naive to even think twice about it. And by that time, she was already too late because he was controlling every situation in her life, from work, home, money, and whatever else he can get his hands on. It was just so not only hurtful, but embarrassing to watch for Wendy. I just wish Wendy was stronger earlier so she could have got out of the situation crying tears of joy and not tears that is showing us she lost a little power with him doing what he did. But overall, I love the movie and would definitely watch it again. It was one of Lifetime's better biopics other than it going so fast through her life. But I can understand why they didn't take a chance going longer and making it 3 episodes because she was a rising personality, well, radio media personality and not an artist. But still, she been in some places and went through some things, so they could have stretched it out just a little bit more. But then again, they may have lost viewers doing so. So yeah, I totally get why it was only 2 hours. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Y'all already know what it is and how we get down over here. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Would you watch it again? Did you even watch it the first time? Let me know down in the comments below. Like this video, and last but certainly not least, subscribe and join the Queen, baby. Bye. Bye.